There's another area of the brain that contributes to anxiety. This area is a group of brain regions called the default mode network, also referred to as DMN. The DMN communicates through direct channels, sort of like being in a group messaging chat. If you're neuroanatomically inclined, know that the primary brain structures that chat with each other are the medial prefrontal cortex, posterior cingulate cortex, precuneus, and lateral prefrontal cortex. The DMN works like this. When you are not actively thinking about something, your brain's default state is to think about things from the past and present. Letting your mind wander in this way is called stimulus-independent thought. It's like having a video running in the background that doesn't get your attention but fills your mental space. When you turn your attention to something, the default thoughts turn off while your mind processes your intentional thoughts. This automatic process turns on and off throughout the day. People with a very active DMN spend lots of time daydreaming and otherwise letting their mind wander. They might also excessively rehash the past or worry about the future. This is called ruminating. The literal definition of ruminate is to chew repeatedly. If you've ever watched a cow chew the cud, you've noticed its jaws move up and down in a slow rhythm. Similarly, with rumination, you chew on thoughts for a long time in slow contemplation. Researchers have found that people with anxiety have an overactive DMN, though it's not clear which comes first, the anxiety or the overactivation. We do know that brain structures in the DMN bring about self-reflection and emotional appraisal. Emotional appraisal is the forming of judgments about particular situations. Therefore, a common rumination theme is forming judgments about yourself or your performance. If this takes an adverse turn, your overactive mind creates and perpetuates distress as you overfocus on these negative themes. An uncontrolled amygdala and overactive default mode network are two of the biological bases of anxiety. Some people are genetically predisposed to these issues, while others endure highly stressful experiences that make them more likely to be anxious. The good news is that you can change your wiring no matter what created it. The ability of the brain to remodel itself over time as we learn new things is called neuroplasticity. Think of the brain as a complex electrical circuit comprising a network of linked nerves. From my days of taking apart objects in my grandmother's home, I learned that a circuit won't activate if a wire isn't twisted tightly to the adjacent wire. Similarly, the tighter the connections between the nerves, the better the nerves transmit information. Some anxiety states cause loose connections, while others cause overly tight connections. Both result in overactivation states. Medication, diet, and meditation are a few interventions that improve the quality of nerve connections through the neuroplasticity remodeling process. We'll delve more into these interventions in part 2 of this book. Why are some people anxious and others not? In the previous section, I explained what happens in the brain when you experience anxiety. But what is normal anxiety and what makes it pathological? Normal anxiety. Everyday anxiety is usually adaptive. That is, it's a reasonable response to a stressful situation, and it resolves once the stressor has passed. For example, if I hear that my neighborhood has had a rash of home invasions, I might become terrified that my home will be next. I could have trouble sleeping for several nights. This fear will motivate me to have an alarm system installed in my home. Once we install the system, I'll experience significant relief, but I still might be vigilant about checking the doors at night and ensuring the alarm is active before I go to bed. If weeks pass without another home invasion, my vigilance will subside. Even better, if I hear that the police securely locked the culprits away, I might feel that I'm no longer at risk. This response is an example of normal reactive anxiety.